Welcome to my channel. Story: The Ghosts Gettysburg. In the quiet town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, there lies a battlefield that once shook with the thunder of cannons, the cries of dying men, and the clash of bayonets. It was July 1863, at the height of the American Civil War. For 3 long days, Union and Confederate forces fought one of the bloodiest battles in U.S. history. More than 50,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing. The earth drank their blood, and the air carried their final screams. But history books only tell us part of the story. What lingers at Gettysburg is something far darker, something that defies logic. To this day, locals and visitors speak of shadows, whispers, and spirits that refuse to rest. The battlefield is not just a memorial, it is said to be one of the most haunted places in America. FY copyright Idyll The Bloody Past. On the first day of battle, Confederate forces swept into the town. The streets filled with Causa families hiding in cellars as bullets shattered windows. By nightfall, the fields outside Gettysburg were littered with lifeless bodies. Many soldiers were buried quickly, some in shallow graves, others not at all. Their restless souls, it is said, still roam the land. By the second day, the slaughter grew worse. At places like Devil's Den, a rocky hill, men fought hand to hand. The rocks turned slick with blood. Witnesses later reported seeing strange lights and hearing phantom gunshots echoing from those very stones. Some even claimed to have seen ghostly soldiers still crouched behind the rocks awaiting for a battle that ended over a century ago. The third and final day brought Pickett's charge, a desperate Confederate assault across an open field. Thousands marched forward, only to be cut down by Union fire. The cries of agony were so loud, some said it sounded like the gates of hell had opened. Survivors described the field as a sea of death. And yet, on quiet nights, many visitors claimed to hear the faint sound of marching boots across the same field, as if the soldiers are eternally replaying their final advance. Thy Ghostly Encounters. Over the years, countless ghost stories have emerged from Gettysburg. At Gettysburg College, students and staff have reported seeing the ghosts of soldiers in the basement, where the building once served as a field hospital. Blood once soaked those walls, and the cries of the wounded echo still. At the Farnsworth House Inn, guests have heard footsteps pacing above their rooms, only to discover no one is there. The inn sheltered Confederate sharpshooters during the battle, and some believe their spirits still linger. At Devil's Den, photographers have taken strange misty images, sometimes capturing faces that were not present. Tourists often get lost, feeling disoriented, as if the land itself is cursed. One of the most chilling accounts comes from tourists who say they encountered a kindly old man dressed as a Civil War soldier near Devil's Den. He gave them directions, smiling warmly. Later, they discovered no such guide existed, at least not among the living. Thy Macaroni Diaresis Idyll. Why do the ghosts remain? Some believe it is because so many died suddenly, without time for prayers or farewells. Others think it is the violence of the battle itself, an energy so powerful it scarred the land forever. The soldiers, torn from life in the heat of combat, cannot move on. There is also the weight of unresolved guilt and grief. Brothers fought against brothers. Friends were forced to kill each other for causes they barely understood. That sorrow may still bind their souls to Gettysburg. Thioetm Gettysburg today. Even now, the battlefield draws millions of visitors each year. Some come for history. Others come for the ghosts. Paranormal investigators set up cameras, recorders, and heat sensors capturing mysterious voices, strange shadows, and unexplainable sounds of cannons and muskets. Many leave with the same conclusion: Gettysburg is not just a chapter in a textbook. It is alive with echoes of the past. Every gust of wind through the fields, every creak of the old houses, every shadow moving under the moonlight feels like a reminder that the dead are still watching. My diary's idyllic closing. The Battle of Gettysburg was a turning point in American history, but it left behind more than broken armies. It left behind restless souls. To walk those fields at night is to step into another world, where the line between the living and the dead grows thin. So if you ever find yourself in Gettysburg, listen closely. That faint drumbeat in the distance, see a broken bar that whisper in your ear, a broken bar that shadow just beyond the tress. It may not be your imagination. It may be the ghosts of Gettysburg, still marching, still fighting, still trapped in America's darkest hour.